Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Cloudy Sheep and we are playing Return of the Russian Revolution. So we are in a Cold War in an early Cold War against the Allies, including Germany, playing as Russia in Hearts of Iron 4. Italy is already in a hot war, in a shooting war against the... Let's take a second to review this. In a hot war against the Allies, although there's very little movement on this border. They lost Albania. We do see a couple of fights being fought over here, and interestingly enough, a landing on Sara, so one of their coastal holdings. Apparently they also lost all of Africa, all of Tunisia at least, and most of Ethiopia. They still seem to have one naval base over here, although that's very likely to fall very soon. So let's continue our doctrine tree over here. We don't really need these over here, but I would like to get another research slot, and that does mean... Is there any benefit doing this? Democracy bonus -2. No, I don't think there is, so let's do the industrial bonus down here and start to very quickly go down that road. Apparently we also have a couple of unassigned divisions. Where would that be? Okay, so over here we do have a full new army group. That's very nice to see, very lovely indeed. Let's briefly check whether the recruitment over here seems to be going on alright. That is indeed the case. So I'd like to convert the civilian economy to something else. Now the question is, if we are at war and someone has 40% of our numbers of factories. For example, we currently have 168, so 40% of that would be, of course, something like about 60. If we were to go to war with the Allies, we could immediately choose a much nicer civil economy law over here. We could mobilize into war economy, which would give us a little bit more of a benefit. But you know what, right now I don't see us doing that very, very soon. We could ask to join the faction, but we do have a different ideology, so that's, for now that's unlikely, and that really means that we are going to pick the civilian economy or reform our economy. Volunteer army, it would also be nice to go to limited conscription. Would mean a lot more people will join our war machine, but we still have 2.4 million people in the reserves, so I don't think it's needed. Right, so let's mobilize a little bit over here. Let's also briefly check our construction. We are mostly building dockyards and a couple of factories, which I think I appreciate, so that's alright. And unassigned divisions, so yeah, again, 24 guys up here. You're a new army, and you, I think, are the 6th army, is that correct? Yes, you are. So you are the 6th army. Unfortunately, you'll be not getting a command. Oh no, we can of course take you over here, unassign you, and assign you to the 6th army up over here, and you'll be part of this. So that's nice to see. Let's get you into Army Group 2 and assign a sector for you. Now, there's a bit of an issue with the supplies. As you can see, we have very little supplies down here, much less than we need actually in this part of the Ukraine, and a lot less in Belarus as well. So I think you, dear sir, we'll take half of you guys, assign you to the front with Latvia, and the other half we will assign to the front with Estonia. So that should be alright. And you know what, just for formal reasons, I'll tell you to go to Tallinn, and you guys down here can go to Riga. Oh, that's fine. So there we go. These two armies are really just filler gap armies, just reserve armies really, so that's fine. Oh, and more mountain divisions. You'll actually be part of the 1st army, which means we need to pull out one of you guys to the reserve army, I think. So and you'll be assigned to this front over here. And conversely, the Mountain Division will be part of this push into Center Poland. Good. Right, let's see this. Andrew Vaslov questions Polish sovereignty. Who determines the borders of a nation and how are they determined? Whatever way people may have found in the past to justify where Russia ends and Poland begins, we live in a new era. The strategic importance of this border cannot be overstated, and we are all well within our rights to shift it to ensure the continued security of people. So that's a bit of a generic flavor text. The important bit here, of course, is let's wait for this for a second. So the important bit is we can now declare war on Poland, or do so very soon at least. I think it's gonna take, yeah, we're about halfway there, so we don't really need to pause over here. So yeah, that will allow us to declare war relatively soon. And you know what, I think we can pull all of you guys into an entirely new army. So we'll do this one, add these guys to you. Wait a minute, and then I guess we can take 2 of you and add it back to the reserve army. That's fine, and you're going to be the 7th army. So yeah, really expanding on our capabilities over here, and that should be fine. So, naive citizens of Russia who imagine Polish people as some sort of peace are not entirely detached out of reality. Those who live at our borders do not have the luxury of delusion, so yeah. Okay, so apparently they are getting ready for a fight, which I guess is alright. Let's briefly check whether these armies all have somewhat distinct colors at least. Maybe a little bit more brownish. No, we do have a brown army already. How about, yeah, let's get you really pink. Purple, I guess. Right. Okay, so you guys are all ready. There's no place really to put you, so let's actually put you towards this front with Finland. Ask you to take on Helsinki and get half and then half again of you to really more guard against any incursions along this front. You'll be that, and then we'll take 3 of you guys to guard ourselves up here and be part of this front line. Ah, damn it. So, no, 7th army, so right. You 3, you're part of this. 3 divisions, 6 divisions, 15 divisions. I think that's fair. I don't know, these 6 can actually get an order to somewhat advance over here. That should be alright. Very nice. Good. So our first army actually, where are you? First army. You are the white guys. Yeah, that's fine. Second army, let's make you a bit more distinct as well. Let's take you to red. Third army, you're brown. Let's make you yellow. Just to be more yeah, on a distinct side over here. I like that. Yeah. We are pushing against Poland. And we are doing so. That's actually true. And let's briefly look at our situation about medium tanks. So we now have 19. How many are we producing per day? So yeah, producing more than 1 per day, so that's good to see. Let's also briefly check what we could do to shift this tank division. So let's get a duplicate of this and see what would happen if we were to place a medium tank battalion, or replace one of our light tanks with a medium tank. So of course soft attack would go up a little bit, hard attack would go up significantly, speed would fall drastically, supply usage is pretty much the same, and we use less light tanks, but we use 50 medium tanks. So we don't really have that, but I think it might be alright to shift that procedure. What would be your default symbol? Still a light tank, interesting enough. Do we want to place anything? Yeah, we do. So you know what? Let's reset this. Let's close this entirely. And let's edit our normal tank divisions to include support artillery or engineers. Support anti-air. Both of these are interesting choices. I think the anti-air is going to be more important because we don't actually have any capabilities in that regard ourselves. So that means our light tank divisions over here are now a little bit out of equipment. 96. You are in bad supply, so that means you're attritioning. Okay, so we need to move you guys out of here. So please come up over there, and likewise you guys. Could you please get into here? And that might alleviate the situation enough so that we can find our way around that. Okay, so it's better up here. It is not yet better down here. Yeah, so we need to move a little bit of that, and I think the way that we're going to do that is we can in fact take you guys, 24 divisions. So 5th Army, we are going to change your order slightly. You don't please start up here. So yeah, that's going to be a very large shift, and then we can take about 6 of you guys and add another front line up over here. You'll be assigned to that, and your job is going to be to capture this. So that should pull out a lot of divisions from up here to down here, and hopefully mean that we are going to get into a better situation up here. Yes, perfect. That's what I like to see. Very nice. Thank you. Hopefully you're not that bad at attritioning. Why do you suffer attrition? Are you just reshifting a little bit? Missing equipment production. Okay, that's interesting. What would that be? I do think we are producing everything, right? Light tanks. But we should be fine. Oh no, we're not. Okay, let's continue producing light tanks. At least formally. Yes, Poland is getting closer to being overwhelmed. Battle plans with no units assigned. Yes. Okay, and you guys, you are part of the 4th Army? Okay, apparently you are. No. You. Reserve Army. Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. You'll be part of this now. Okay, perfect. It's always irritating if there's anything like that. So, yeah, this looks all very fine indeed. 5th Army and 6th Army. You're a little bit close to each other's coloring, to be honest. So I'm going to take you and tell you to be... I think the orange should be covered. Yeah. Very nice. So that's good to see. We are of course producing still stuff that we are not using, like the anti-tank and the medium tanks. In terms of anti-air, we do have a lot of material left over, even after telling our tanks to utilize our anti-air stuff over here. But yeah, we should see that the air attack is a little bit higher now, and they should be able to defend a little bit better against any attack on that front. Command power, all of that is fine. We do need a lot more commanders, and I wish I could promote them by using this command power, but I can only do so by political power, and I think by spending quite a bit of that, so I'm not too keen on that right now. Let's keep an eye on Italy. Still a very stable front. I wonder why that is. I really wonder what's going on over here. Oh well, should be fine. We could think about sending some Land and Lease equipment Specifically maybe very old fighters. But yeah, you know what, for now we have so few fighters anyway. But I don't think I want to risk them. Any of our tanks, of course, we're not gonna send those. Infantry equipment. I guess we do have a lot of very old infantry equipment. I think you are the old war equipment. Red War. Yeah, we don't need that. Oh! Some research has been finished. Advanced machinery tools, very nice to see. So that means we are potentially producing at a higher production efficiency cap. But I don't think we are using that right now. That might be on the motorized. Anyway, it will help in the long run, so that's good to see. I think we are using industrial effort, so it's probably not wise to research anything industrial, although there isn't really that much to be researched. Anyway, right now, 1940 technology, that's a little bit ahead of time, so I don't think we should be using that. A little bit better anti-air. That might be helpful. Anti-air attack plus 10%. But I think overall better stuff over here would be nice. Also infantry offensive 1 day, so there we go. A little bit better mass assault doctrine as well. The next bit means infantry gets a lot more organization, tanks a little bit, so that is definitely something that we do want to have, even though it's taking nearly a year. Still, without any time lag, that is something that we want to take now. Good. So, how long until we get to declare war on Poland? I think it's in December, which is not the best war, the best month to fight a war in, of course, but we'll have to see. And it's really, really irritating that Italy is not does not fight this war a bit more aggressively. Actually, Greece took over here, so what a historical pound. Meanwhile, Italy lost all the positions in Africa, not just Libya, also Ethiopia completely now. But they are somewhat resilient over here. Oh, well, at least they also lost Sardinia. Lovely island, by the way. If you ever have a chance, go there. Industrial effort finished, that's nice to see. We do want to go down here, so you know, really to do that is... Could we have gotten over here? By a flexible navy or bomber focus? That feels weird. Oh well, anyway, we do want to go down here, so construction effort it is. And that means a few more machinery parts, industrial machines, but that's, I think, going to be alright. We also have to think about researching more navy stuff. We are mainly producing convoys for now. Let's limit that to 10 construction yards. And soon we are going to build more dockyards, but it's not that much of a big deal. Command power, I don't think we can use that for anything right now. All of our guys seem to be fine. Unassigned divisions, so what's that? Oh yeah, so these are our breakthrough divisions, our mechanized guys. I would have hoped you have a little bit better infantry equipment, but yeah. Template, so yeah, you have the heavy tanks, maintenance company around that, so it's a bit of an experimental build, but we can see about it. I think I'd like to keep you around maybe in Kursk over here, and of course you are going to be part of an army group, and you're certainly going to get a special symbol, and that should be alright. Also, I think you should get a little bit less of a boring color. Let's choose purple. I think purple is the color that we do use for our tank army as well. Yeah, so that's fine. Are we training anything right now? Yeah, just one more heavy tank division. I think we should be training a little bit more of the motorized infantry. Let's briefly see our tank army and how this is really structured. So there are a lot of cavalry divisions still around. I guess we could actually check it this way. So we do have 11 infantry divisions, so I think that's what we would want in terms of motorized equipment. We don't actually have that many trucks though, so yeah, I guess we're going to be a bit more conservative. But 4 more is certainly something that we can do and should be doing. Let's place them in Stalingrad, and let's assign you to... No, we don't actually have any specific unit for that. Who's unassigned? Oh, another tank. So that's good to see. You now have 1 unit too many. And that means probably a cavalry unit. Weapons 1. Yeah, but these really are not that great. Let's put you to the reserve army for now. I think that's going to be alright. Assign you to over here. And this tank army should probably be... We have 3 tanks, a little bit less cavalry over here, so you're going to get over there. And that should be fine. So, I really want to get a little bit more army experience. And very soon we'll hit December, and that means we can declare war on Poland and see where that brings us. Not sure whether it will immediately bring us into war against the Allies. We have a non-aggression pact with the Allies. You do give military access to the Allies. Wait a minute. You are an allied with Romania and Lithuania, so it's going to be a certainty that Romania is going to be part of this war. For some reason, you are also in war against Italy. When did that happen and why? You declared war on Greece. Why did you also declare war on Romania or something? How, or is this actually the same war? It's actually the same. It's actually the same war. So that will immediately place us in war against the Allies, I guess. So it's going to be very interesting. That's very nice to see. Let's also briefly get at least a fighter wing up here. So fighters number 1. Nope, sorry. That's not what I meant. Interwar fighters? No. Just one. Okay. Like such. Ah, come on. Okay. You're going to be part of Western Poland, air superiority, wide daylight. That should be enough. I really don't want to use anyone else. Even that will pull in older fighters. Which probably are not that worthwhile. But we don't have anything better right now, so there's that. Modify government, and that is something that we can do. Political advisor, all of that is not that useful right now. Maybe military theorists would be. Master Assault Doctrine. Military theorist, minus 7% research time on land doctrine. That would be really useful. But I think what we are most likely going to do is pick these guys so that we can have either much better armor attack or more likely something like army regrouping. Division recovery rate increased by quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's the most useful. Chief of Army though, army experience gain, also very, very helpful. Division training time is not that important for us. Division speed. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's take Blücher over here. Vasily Blücher. By the way, a very interesting historic character. I think he was part of the historically of the war against Japan across this area over here. But he got purged pretty badly in sort of a surprise fashion when the head of the NKVD, so the military intelligence part that did the purges for Stalin, he defected to Japan, and he has that sort of mystery that, you know, he just vanished at the end of August 1945. Maybe he went to America, but it's more likely that he probably was killed by his Japanese superiors at that point. Anyway, when that NKVD guy defected, Vasily Bruka over here was sent back to Moscow and basically just tortured and killed. So, yeah. It's lucky for him that we did have the Russian Revolution and are in fact now planning our war against the Western Allies over here. So, that's good. And that's something that we are going to see in the next episode. So next episode I think we'll be seeing the war declaration on Poland and see where that brings us and whether we end up in war against everyone. So thank you guys for watching and to see you again next time. Bye bye.